Hello. What type of questions do you have for me?
So the first one would be, what was your upbringing?
My upbringing in terms of what?
In terms of what led you to where you are today.
It all started when I was 3 or 4 years old. I was introduced to Jumanji, and it's something about that particular storyline that made me understand that life is better if there's more quality in the life. So I devoted the rest of my existence to being on par with fiction as a whole and hoping that I would have some kind of fulfilled destiny on behalf of fiction, for example.
Okay. Who are your biggest inspirations?
Uh, Susan, there's also Stan Lee, Alan Parrish, may his actor rest in peace. Bunch of other things I can't name at the top of my head, like H.P. Lovecraft, Stephen King a bit of R.L. Stein, things like that.
Okay. What is your end goal with the creations?
To have it everlasting, so that way once I phase into the afterlife, it wouldn't falter from my absence.
Awesome. Okay, what is your biggest dream?
My greatest desire, other than to manifest my Leviathan universe and make it legitimate and successful, is to have everyone have an appreciation for fiction altogether, because I've heard rumors of how, like, there are people who deny fiction to the point where they become a severe inconsistency for everybody else. Like, there are some examples where people had to die or be severely injured in order for people to figure out that there's something going down, which is a tragedy, but that is literally what some people are like.
Where do you find the most inspiration?
Inspiration will always catch you by surprise. Think of it as like a dodgeball hitting you in the back of the head out of nowhere. That's basically how inspiration works. You just wait for it to happen, and then once it strikes, it gives you the motivation and such.
Okay,
That's just how it works, in my perspective at least.
of course. What are some of, like, as a child, what were some of your favorite activities and things that brought you happiness and joy?
Watching movies, reading books, playing video games, stuff like that.
Awesome. Are there any movies that you feel kind of changed your perspective of, like, your creations and anything?
Jumanji, Zathura, Monsters vs. Aliens, a bunch of stuff like pant loads of different horror movies, superhero movies, like not just movies but comic books and other forms of media, just any form of data transmission.
Okay. You brought up Jumanji a couple times. What about that really inspired you?
I was like a couple years old, like around 4, maybe 6, and I just think that the quality of the factor of fiction as a whole, like where anything could happen, no questions asked, would make life better if there's always a chance of something unique happening.
For sure.
Like something prodigious, something that makes life more worth living.
Okay. How did you feel about the recent releases of Jumanji? Did you feel they kind of respected the
Yeah,
original?
yeah, yeah, yeah. As far as I know, I have nothing against the recent installments.
For sure.
I just feel that Zathura needs to keep up.
Yeah. Do you feel that you have a favorite, like, type of fiction, such as like science fiction, fantasy?
Sci-fi, fantasy, horror, those are the main three, but they're not the only ones.
Okay. Which style of fiction do you think fits your Leviathan universe the most?
A combination of the three.
Excellent. Okay. Well, awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about and share?
Depends on if you have anything else to ask.
Not to my knowledge.
Excellent.
Cool. Okay, I'll just hit it.
Yeah.